everyone. This is Deborah at DA Designs Inc. out of Macon, Georgia. I have a small home-based design business. I do decals and stencils and banners and whatever. Last year, I wanted to do these coasters with mandalas on them. And I started out weeding, picking the little tiny pieces out. I kept losing pieces. I was unable to do it without losing something. So I came up with my own method of doing this. It's almost foolproof. And I wanted to demonstrate this to you because I know a lot of you guys out there do some really tiny detailed decals and spend hours picking and pulling those little tiny pieces out. So I want to show you an easy way to do it. I can't say that it's going to work on t-shirt. I don't know anything about t-shirts, so I don't know when you weed it, if you're weeding it from you know, after it's placed onto something, or I don't know how it works. So I'm not sure that it will work on things like t-shirts. Possibly, just depends on your method. Anyway, I want to show you how I do this. I'm currently in the process of making some stands, advertisements for my business to place at cash registers, at the checkout, at bridal shops, children's shops, and things like this. And what I did, I found these cool boards, table stands. I guess they're for table numbers and that kind of thing. Found them at Michael's for dirt cheap, spring sale. There was 6 for $10, which is awesome. Anyway, what I decided to do is to put my, like a miniature version of my decals on the board, and then put all of my information on the back, including the phone number and website. This will enable you to put your advertisement at a cash register without having to leave a stack of business cards that children play with and lose. They get thrown out. Sorry, I have cats. But they can just take a snapshot of this, and they have all of your information. What you do is like a miniature, or not a miniature, it's a large version of your business card. And actually more, because you're going to have all of your information on here that you, like all of the things that you do, all of your services, and then you give them a sample of your work. So what better way to advertise it? And you don't always have to do like a decal on here. You can do a photo of tumblers, if you do tumblers, if you do cups, and tumblers. If you do banners, you can do, or jewelry, do photos of your jewelry. And then if they like what they see, they just turn it over, take a snapshot, and check you out. So anyway, let me get to the point that I was trying to make. I want to show you how to place a decal and reverse weed onto a plaque. I'm using 651 vinyl, so I'm going to use water on mine to get it to stick. Actually, let me go ahead and tape it. I looked all over the internet before posting this because I wanted to see if anyone else had this idea. And so far, I have found no one doing my reverse weeding. We can call it the DA Designs invented reverse weeding method. Now I can become popular, become famous for my method. Okay, here we go. So, as you see, we're going to remove the entire decal with everything on there. Make sure it's stuck. Not like I just did. Trying to pull it up without it being stuck. Well, come on. This one does not want to stick for some reason. There we go. You have to be very careful since it is very fine pieces. You don't want to have some little something not stick to the paper. And to determine like the placement of it, what I did is I cut evenly on each side, approximately the same. Actually, I think this side is a little bit further away, so I'm going to correct that. But you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, you can see the text so you can determine which side is up. And I have it upside down. So, without further ado, with 651, if you don't already know, you can wet both the decal and the board. And I'm going to place it right here. I think that's going to be straight. I hope it's straight. And I would say that's probably the only difficulty with this is getting it straight. So you have to make sure that you cut around it properly. Otherwise, you may end up with a crooked decal. Okay, squeegee it good. And then I'm gonna, the water's out from under the other part, the underside, so I'm going to wet the paper just to make it easier to peel off the backing. Let it sit for a minute. Okay. Oh no! It's all there! Now, here's the fun part. Now check this out. Hopefully I've got enough water out of it. Let me do it one side at a time. And voila, you see what's left behind? Isn't that cool? So those of you who do tumblers, you know, if you want to do fine detailed work, this will certainly save you some time. Alright, so I lifted those good old dots. Good old dots. Okay. And do another one. Love dates. With their dots. The new method, you know, where you do the date with dot with periods instead of slashes. Oh, now I'm going to have a cat coughing up a hairball while I'm videoing. Let me pause it. Okay. Oh, I have a neighbor over here. He likes to be ugly to his animals. I hear him being nasty. Don't know why people have animals if they don't want them. Look! And then you can still take your weeding tool and pick those few places out. But trust me, this, when it comes to tiny letters and shapes and things like that. Where's my tweezers? This is so much easier. It's like I know when this is down on the backing and you try to weed these tiny pieces out like this, you end up losing or moving them because they slide around. Or they push up underneath the vinyl. This way nothing moves. Can't tell if there's anything there or not. Maybe. And voila! Check it out. You see how fast that went? For the other side, I'm going to do, I use a water slide paper. I messed the one up that I was just using. So, I've got to print it again. And I'll do that in another video. Well, or maybe not, because this is, you know, what I was really trying to show you was the stencil, the reverse reverse weeding. So it makes it so much easier.